guys, on this video I'm going to show you how to convert your color groups into Pantone colors automatically. This little tip is great if you like to get your designs ready for print with Pantone colors, but you didn't start designing with them from the beginning. So for example, on this pattern here, I used a color palette that was created with RGB color swatches. You can see that if I click on one of these swatches, double click, it will show us that it's an RGB color. So let's say that we want this pattern ready for print now. We really don't want to send a file to the printers using RGB colors, as they probably won't print as the colors you're seeing on the screen. We want to make sure that the colors on a physical print match the colors we intended for this design. One way to do this is by converting those RGB swatches to Pantone colors. Then if you have a Pantone color book around, you can make sure by looking at your color book that the color chosen on the Illustrator file matches the color in your head. So let's do this. First, make sure that you have nothing selected on your artboard, and then just click on your color group to select it. Then click on the Edit Color Group button here to open the Edit Colors window, or double click the color group folder. Notice that if by mistake you have something selected and click on this button, it will open the Recolor Artwork window, which is very similar. We don't want that. For example, if I have selected these and then choose this, it will recolor. Okay, let's go back to the Edit Colors window. So nothing selected, group selected, Edit Colors. And here you're going to click on this button. Limit the color group to colors in a swatch library. Then choose the Pantone color book that you have a copy of or that you want to use. I'll choose Pantone Plus Color Bridge Coated B3, which is the one I use. Okay, you can see here now that the colors had changed to reflect the fact that Pantone's range is not as big as the RGB color range. And what Illustrator is doing here is choosing Pantone colors as close to the original colors as it can. Now go up to New Color Group here and click to create a new color group with all your lovely Pantone colors. You'll see on the right column that it created a new group, and you can name it whatever you want. I'll name mine Pantone. That's it. You can now click OK to close the window, and when prompted, click Yes to save changes to your new color group. Your new Pantone color group is in your Swatches panel now. You can see its name by hovering over the little folder, and you can see the names for each Pantone color by hovering over each color swatch. One important thing to notice here is that tiny little white triangle at the bottom of each swatch. That means that that color is a global color, which is exactly what we want, and I'll explain why in a minute. We can see that if I double click on one of our RGB color swatches, the global option is unchecked. If I double click on one of our Pantone swatches, we can see that the global option is ticked. Right, so we have our new Pantone colors, but our pattern here is still using the old RGB colors. We want to replace them with the new ones. So let's select our pattern, make a copy of it. Make sure you have selected the Pantone color group in your Swatches panel, and then click on the Recolor Artwork button on the top bar. In here, choose your Pantone color group on the right and rearrange the colors on the left so each new color replaces the same old color. So I'll put my red on the red, this green with this green, cream with cream. That's right. You can check out my video about how to use the recolor artwork feature if you want a bit more information about it. So that's it, you're done. I'll save the changes. You have now converted your colors to Pantone colors and recolor your pattern with them. You can just about see the difference between the two patterns, but it will make all the difference if you're thinking about printing your designs. Make sure you check your new Pantone color swatches against your actual Pantone color book to make sure everything is as wanted and you're good to go. Okay, so one last thing, global colors as promised. Global color means that if you change that color swatch on your swatches panel, that change will be reflected on all the elements that use that color in your file. So for example, let's say that I would like to change this green to an orange color. First, make sure nothing is selected on your artboard. Then double click the color swatch you want to change. I'm going to change this green. Make sure you tick the preview box so you can see the changes live on your pattern and tweak it until you find what you want. Okay, so I'm just going to choose that orange. Make sure that you rename your color accordingly. So I'll name these orange. And if you need to, find a Pantone equivalent for it. Okay, so you see here that the pattern has been updated. There's the orange, we changed the green for the orange. If we try to do the same thing with our all colors, like this green, that is not a global color, if I double click and change it to an orange, you can see that the old pattern doesn't get updated as is not a global color. So it's very handy indeed. That's it guys, we did it. Hope this helps you a little with editing your patterns and I'll see you soon.